soon. So, Brian, the Knicks are a game out, right, of fourth place. It's a tight Eastern Conference, particularly when we look at that upper echelon here. Should they go all in on doing what Stephen A. is asking for, attempting to add some star power to their core?
Yes, they're going to try. And they made a big step last week by doing the Anunoby deal. I think they viewed this as a two-step process. Well, it's more than two steps. They started when they got Jalen Brunson. That was a good first step. But I think they look what they have to trade, all those draft picks they've collected. Okay, this is, they focused on sort of the third spot. I mean, not to be offensive, but I think they see Anunoby as their third best player. Okay. They don't have maybe that one or two yet, but Jalen is going to be there. Anunoby, they see that as an upgrade, and they paid with quickly to do it, upgrading in their view from R.J. Barrett to Anunoby, and now they're hunting for that 1-2. And if you look at what they've done, and you look at what Leon Rose has done since he's taken over, he got Josh Hart. He got Dante DiVincenzo. He got Jalen Brunson. Now he's got OG Anunoby. They're working. I know it's not happening overnight, but look where they are.
It's
They're
the
moving
face
in that
that
direction.
Kendrick Perkins is making right now that it's telling me that the 1A, I know you believe Jalen Brunson is a 1A guy.
It's not even about the 1A, but we keep throwing out a star. Like, what star are you talking about? You talking about a guy like Donovan Mitchell? No. That's not an upgrade from Jalen Brunson. I'm sorry. They're on the same.
Well, tell me who the number two is. Because,
no, I'm not saying. Hold on, Wendy. Keep a cool booty. What I'm telling you is this. This is what I'm saying. We keep asking for a star. Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks is not moving the needle enough for them to say, oh, we're going to rank them above the Boston Celtics or the Milwaukee Bucks. What Stephen A. and what everybody is asking for is a caliber player like a Giannis or a Joel Embiid or maybe a Steph Curry.
And the thing about those players is not only does New York, as Woj just pointed out on the show, the player has to ask out. New York has to have the assets, which, it does. And the player has to want New York.
Exactly. And speaking to that caliber, we did a lot of digging, and we noticed that up until this current Knicks squad, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, the Knicks haven't landed a star free agent since Amari Stoudemire in 09-10, around that time. All of their moves have come through trades. Right. And that feeds your point, Perk, saying that, hey, free agents just happen to not be going there apart from those currently on the squad since 2010. So I'm saying that you are correct. But if they're going to do something, it would have to go through a trade. And I agree with you. Maybe it doesn't have to be a superior to Jalen Brunson, but maybe it could be a great compliment.
So what is? Can somebody answer this? Not 1A or 1B or I don't even want the multiple choice. What is Jalen Brunson? He's a star.
Okay, let's talk.
Okay, he's a star. So they did land a star in free agency.
Let's go back to your rookie year. Your rookie year, the Detroit Pistons were a very good team. They had a dog for a point guard who was a star.
Chauncey Billups.
And they went and they got Rasheed Wallace.
Okay.
Now, is Rasheed Wallace better than Chauncey Billups? Maybe, maybe not. But what happened was when you added Rasheed to that,
compliment.
You now have a team where Chauncey could be the 1A.
That's my compliment point.
So right now, their best player is Jalen. Their second best player, everybody would agree, is Julius.
Yep.
Their third best player,
OG.
everybody would agree, is OG.
Yep.
Now, if you get a guy that you can put in there, and he fits nicely like Rasheed Wallace fit in gloriously, then Jalen can be your best player.
Yeah, but
you have to keep
that's not a fair comparison. You had Ben Wallace, arguably the greatest undrafted player ever. Right? We're talking about a defensive prowess. And so when I think about, okay, if you want to measure careers, look at
I'm saying people wouldn't have looked at Chauncey and said, Chauncey is a 1A on championship.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Then they got the team
I'll tell you this much.
Right.
Let's end on this note. Jalen Brunson is a top 20 player in the league. I know that much.
Oh, I was gonna say, was he top 15?
I'll take it there.
All right. He's gone for at least 25 points and 10 assists in all 4 of the Pacers' wins over the Bucks this season. That's 40% of Milwaukee's losses for anyone counting on the entire season.
Wow.
So here's Giannis channeling a little Jason Derulo on how that's weighing on him.
I don't know. I don't know if I knew or will fix it. I don't know. We got to figure it out. At the end of the day, this makes us better. Got to go watch the tapes, figure out what they do well against us, and try to stop it. And if we cannot stop it, probably lose again.
Saying, he's in their head a little bit, but that was something. Perk has faith. Giannis has faith. The Bucks are going to fix this, but I hear you maybe spy something.
Kendrick Perkins, better known as Big Perk, and nothing gets past me.
Freeze!
Just when you thought it did get past me, there I am. I spy a problem. I spy it all. Carry the hell on. That's right. That's right. I do spy something. The thing I spy best is food. Cooked venison. It's the holidays. Dear meat. And look, I know a lot of people been in my comments a lot lately saying, Perk, you're hating on the Milwaukee Bucks because I wasn't convinced about them. Oh, winning 8 out of 9. But you know what? Y'all got y'all side of the story. I got my side of the story. And guess what? It's the truth. We have truth right here. In 2022-2023 season, which was last season, the Bucks only allowed 120 plus points in 21 games. Now, take it to this season right here. And this is why I say cooked venison, grilled with a little teriyaki sauce. Try it if you haven't had it. In 2023-2024 this year, over 50% of the games, 18 games, the Bucks have allowed 120 plus points a game. A game. We're talking about a team that got championship aspirations. Now I got more evidence. Bam! Put it up here. The video don't lie. Now look at this. This is a veteran ball club, okay? Dribble penetration. Now they're on the scramble. Now look at this. These are two vets that cannot talk it out, and this is OB Toppin, and they're leaving Buddy Hield, one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. Okay, downhill again, rejects the screen. This is Tyrese Halliburton. He's been giving y'all the business. He drives to the paint. Giannis, you're a shot blocker. You didn't even go to contest. I don't want to see the sad faces. I don't want to hear about the Bucks being the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference and how they've been winning. At the end of the day, they've been cooked deer meat, and the league know this, especially the Indiana Pacers.
Clippers, they went into Phoenix last night and they stood on business, Perk, behind 30 pieces from both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George since December 1st. LA is 13-2. They lead the league in shooting from the field on three-pointers. And so here's James Harden. He's asking, hey, where are the haters at?
I knew that from the beginning, you know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be a part of this. And obviously, it didn't start off well. So many people it gave people so much to talk about in a negative way. And now those people that was talking are nowhere to be found. Like, literally nowhere to be found. Which we knew that was gonna happen, you know what I mean? But for us, I think it's just focusing on this team getting better every single day. And
We may or may not have been some of those people wondering.
James supposedly doesn't pay attention to anything.
Some of those things we will take accountability for that. But now, I mean, the Clippers are humming. Do they have the best big three in the NBA, Perk?
Absolutely not, and I'm not about to give them that right now. And look, I don't.
There's the haters, James.
First of all,
that's what you're talking about.
Now, are they the biggest threat in the West to the Denver Nuggets? Yes, they are. They're playing exceptional basketball because of Kawhi Leonard and his health. Kawhi Leonard has the capability of being the best player in any series. Has James Harden found his niche and T. Lue found a rotation that fits and got them playing well? Hell yeah. But let me tell you, like James Harden talking about it's hard for the haters to be found. I'm sitting right here. I'm too big to hide. And I'm not hating. I'm just calling the facts. And the fact is that y'all did struggle when you first arrived in Los Angeles. Now y'all playing well. But at the end of the day, James, no one cares. We want to see what you do in the postseason. You forgot, I was your teammate when we went to the NBA Finals, and we couldn't find you in the finals when we lost to the Miami Heat. So we want to see it happen. We did watch you quit on Doc Rivers in the Philadelphia 76ers when y'all should have beat the Boston Celtics last year. We watched when Chris Paul was in Houston and went out with a hamstring injury and you couldn't finish and close the series. So at the end of the day, we're sitting here watching you, not what you're going to do in the regular season, because we saw you do that with Joel Embiid last season. We're watching to see what the hell you're going to do when it matters the most, and that's in the postseason.
I was just watching that. What was I going to say? Oh, Kawhi. I just want to say something about Kawhi.
Please do.
The last 11, that was very strong. The last 11 games that Kawhi has played.
Yeah.
Clippers have won. Look at these percentages. You know how you try for 50, 40, 90? That's like the golden standard. How about 60, 50, 95? And by the way, that's 50 on like 6 threes a game. He's not taking 2. He has never been stronger. I just said that. He has never been stronger scoring the ball than he is right now. He is a powerhouse. Now, Perk, you are dead right with the Clippers. You can't get excited before the playoffs. But my God, does Kawhi Leonard look great.
And I think 2 things can be true. I do think that right now the Clippers, their big 3, they're playing the best basketball of big 3s right now. But to your point, Perk, we really care about what they do when it matters most. But if you look at the big 3s, maybe the Celtics big 3, maybe the Nuggets when, like things are working, but they've been quieter. There's a case for right now playing basketball. Their big 3 has been standing on business. And he's saying everyone else has gone quiet. Even though Malik and I said, hey, we believe in this team about like 3-4 weeks ago.
In the locker room, last week I was there at Crypto.com Arena. The vibes have never been higher for the Clippers. They believe as long as Kawhi is healthy. And, there was a couple game stretch where it was like, oh, is this going to be? No. They picked it up right where they left off. And so there's all the belief in the world right now that this team can keep it coming come the playoffs.